It's time to find out who is truly the most annoying character in the Zelda series. Is it Navi, the Guardian Fairy, or Fi, Spirit of the Master Sword? Fight! Hi guys, welcome to Scatlink here. We are off for a new one-off video. This is just a discussion video and it's Zelda related because I'm all geared up. And this is who is the worst sidekick in Zelda. There are two nominees, Navi and Fi. I think Fi. So the reason why I wanted to do this is because it's common knowledge that when you play in Zelda, there is like this sidekick that you have. It's either going to be Zelda in Spirit Tracks, there's going to be Navi or Tattle in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time respectively. There's also Midna, the best there is that you could possibly get from Twilight Princess, as we all know from my first LP. Go watch it. Yeah. And yeah, so there's pretty much just characters that just get on your nerves, like Tingle. These are the most annoying characters in the series, but who is worse out of the two? Well, that's what we're going to do, but just warning you, there's going to be spoilers in this video, and there's also going to be me going on a lot of tangents, so I'll try to keep it down, but I probably won't be able to, so I don't know, we'll just have to see how we go. So, first of all, we're going to have a comparison. First of all, it's going to be a comparison on how long it takes for one of the two to stop your progression when you're just looking around. Of course, Navi takes away your first-person view, and when you press the button, you have to get through the text box before you can actually get your first-person view back. But with Fi, it happens at every given opportunity that she just wants to annoy you. And a little bit of extra position here. Girahim and Fi. Girahim has, well, he has personality, he can transform into a sword, similar to Fi, but apparently Fi was created with no emotions for the sole purpose of having a lot more information and just being a helpful tool. Sounds a little bit mean, but then again, that didn't happen. She's as stupid as a bloody monkey. Fi and a monkey. Put them together. There you go, sorted. Got our sword. Whoopity whoopity. The Master Sword is a great weapon. It is powerful, it can shoot beams when you're at your top physical condition, or in Minish Cap when you're at your almost at the pinnacle of death. And obviously it can shoot in Skyward Sword, sword beams whenever, if you point it to the sky and charge it with magic. That's pretty much what this awesome blade can do, and it can also seal evil, of course. It has spiritual properties, but other than that, it still contains that annoying spirit. When Skyward Sword came along and she was put to sleep during the credits, she's always in here. Fi exists in Ocarina of Time. Did that blow your mind? So we have Navi and Fi. Let's have a comparison on how long they annoy you when you're just exploring. Here's Navi. And here's Fi. And now here's the comparison, if that wasn't clear enough. See, Fi probably took, what, 20 extra seconds, if you mash the button, depending on what she's actually saying. But with Navi, it's always one text box. With Fi, it's about 4 to 5 lines of at least 2 to 10 boxes. Really? And what did she say? Exactly what you were going over there for. It's like saying, in Ocarina of Time, of course, you can't go to certain places without items. But in bloody Skyward Sword, you walk into an area, but then you're thinking, no, I don't want to go that way, because if I do, I'm going to get annoyed by Fi. So you don't want to progress, but you have to, because that's the only way to go. And because the game is very linear, she's gonna wind you up if you back up anyway. So you got to push for you, and then get through another 10 text boxes. And then here's another annoying thing that only Fi does. During cutscenes, when someone's explaining, right after the cutscene, Fi feels like she has to explain it again. It's like Impus says, if you want to catch up with Her Highness, go to the Temple of Time. And what does... No, go to Lanayru Mining Facility, excuse me. But then, what does Fi say? Master, I surmise that you must need to go to the Lanayru Mining Facility to find Zelda. We were just told that. I just said it twice. What's the matter with Fi? I don't even know what's the matter with Fi. Anyway, enough about that. Now, here comes the second most important part of 3D Zelda games in terms of scanning. It wasn't in Wind Waker, unless you used the Tingle Tuner, but that was fine, because it doesn't stop gameplay when you get in the text. And even though it's on one little teeny weeny screen, it's only available in the GameCube release, because the Tingle Tuner was placed with the bloody Street Pass bottle in the HD remake. But that's not the case, because in Twilight Princess there wasn't anything to begin with. There wasn't any scanning to begin with, because, well, you would probably know what the enemies are by now, considering how the series is that old. But then Skyward Sword introduces new enemies, and there you go. So, here's Navi scanning an enemy, without mashing the A button, of course. That was lightning fast. Yes, it's not interesting, but she gets to the point. She says what the main attack of the enemy may be. She may give maybe a little bit of backstory, maybe about 2 or 3 words, like the Poe sisters, just like Sister Maggie or whatever. One of the 4 Poe sisters. She holds the flame to get to the boss room elevator. Defeat her with arrows. Simple. But with Fi, thank you for wasting my time. She goes into the history of the character of the enemy in about 1 box that's 4 to 5 lines long that just slowly scrolls. And then you've got another text box saying what it can do, but you're not telling me how to dodge it, you're not telling me how to kill it, you're not even telling me how to strategize against it or what items I can use against it. And then she says, oh, you've defeated this many of the enemy. I don't even need to know that. That should be part of a bonus area. I mean, look at Super Mario Brothers, any of the new Super Mario Brothers games. They have like a special Toad house that gives you like the statuses of like how many Goombas you've killed, how many coins you've collected. That may even be on the bloody HUD in new Super Mario Brothers 2. But it's not something that should be there when you're scanning a bloody enemy. Why do I need to know how many Deco Bubbas I've killed? I mean, if I was playing Hyrule Warriors, it would seem kind of pointless as well. But I mean, look at Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm actually going to bring Kingdom Hearts 2 into this. Look, we're going to go into Kingdom Hearts 2, we're going to go into the journal, and I'm just going to choose a random Heartless, probably Shadow. Let's have a look. Did you see the counter? Did you see how many shadows I've killed? They're the most common Heartless in the game. Because they are, in Kingdom Hearts, they're the most basic, most common shadow. And yet, even that is a bonus. You just have to check it in, you go out your way into an option that you don't really need to go into, just for information on a shadow, the basic enemy in Kingdom Hearts. And yet, it tells you how many you've beaten, and yet they're most common anyway. Same with Mario. You can go to this Toad house, you can see how many Goombas and Koopas you've killed. But when you're trying to learn how to kill an enemy, you're not told anything. Maybe 10% of the enemies actually, Fi actually tells you how to beat. And then she tells you how many you've beaten, which is another waste of time. It's another text box worth of 4 to 5 lines. I don't need that. I don't need that. I just want... So, let's do a comparison. Fi and Navi. Seriously, Navi's going to disappear in about 10 seconds.
Hello.
Fi infuriates me. She stops progress, she tells you what you need to do twice in a row. If someone's just told you, oh, you got to do this, she's like, Master, you got to do this. Am I hard of hearing? Can I not read? This game requires basic reading. I'm reading the cutscene as it goes, pressing the A button to skip to go through the text if I need to. You can't skip the cutscene until you've seen it at least once. So, why do I need telling twice? Go to Death Mountain, Master. Go to Death Mountain. It's annoying me. And I know I don't sound so frustrated right now, but it really infuriates me when I play the game. I mean, the game is great. I like 2 controls. I like swinging the control, the Wii gamepad doing all this stuff, except for on the summer's day. The infrared kind of messes up the signal a little. It's weird. But it just doesn't make much sense on why Fi is so stupid. Maybe it's for beginner level, but even so, you can skip cutscenes, you can skip tutorials. Well, not all the tutorials, but even... yeah, it's just one of those things, you know. It's like, I mean, when you play Zelda Ocarina of Time multiple times, do you get annoyed when it gives you a yes or no choice, and yet no matter what you choose, it'll either force you to choose yes. Like, for example, it's like, do you want the Deco Tree? Let me move aside. the Deco Tree tells you, do you want to hear this tale after you beat Goma inside the Deco Tree? You complete the dungeon, he gives you the choice. If you select no, then he gives you an extra text box. And then he goes into the story like you chose yes. So, you're trying to avoid a cutscene, you're given the choice, and yet the choice is incorrect, and he forces you to choose yes. Either Kabora Gebora always goes on and on and on and on and on, but most of the time you can skip through that anyway. But you say no, and he acts like you said yes, but he gives you an extra box worth of text. I said no for a reason. If I wanted to hear the story, I would have said yes, but I don't know. So yeah, and those are just some of the things that annoy me. Fi is definitely crap. And you know what really pisses me off? Remember in Metroid Other M, remember in Metroid Other M, where we were fighting the Queen Metroid and you had to use a power bomb, but you haven't acquired the ability to use power bombs yet, and you are supposed to use power bombs even if they're not equipped. You saw me. I paused into the menu. I went into the menu, see if power bombs were activated, and they were clearly, and they were clearly not. And it just doesn't make sense, because they clearly don't say that the power bombs are on, but you can use a power bomb in this one particular instance to beat the boss. Truly, that is the thing that pisses me off the most in Metroid Other M. But what is even more pisses me off is that Fi lies to you in the final boss. This is what I meant by spoilers. Fi Fee lies to you. I mean, look at Fee. Look at that. Look at Navi with Ganondorf. The Ganon in Ocarina of Time. Look what she says. I have no idea what his weak point is. Okay, that is fine. We're going to have to figure it out ourselves. But when a helper character lies to you, it just pisses me off. I've died so many times to Demise on my first time through just because Fee was lying to me. I ended up having to use a friggin' invincibility potion just to figure it out. Look what she says here. I don't know. I just don't know. She says Skyward Strikes do not work. But then, look what I do! I did a Skyward Strike and it worked. Thank you, Fee, for lying to me when against literally a god who can kill me instantly like that. Well, it's not a Q, but you get what I'm saying. It's like she outright lies to you. She outright lies to you. She says, don't try doing Skyward Strikes. I mean, obviously, it's not a lightning strike. It's not a Skyward Strike, it's a lightning strike. But the only way to get the lightning strike is to do the Skyward Strike motion. You have to hold your Wii Remote / sword in the air and charge it up like you would a normal Skyward Strike. You would have to hold your sword, your Master Sword, like this. You have to hold it up straight in the air, and then it charges. That's how a Skyward Strike is normally made. But in the final battle, she says Skyward Strikes don't work. Even though that's technically true, you still have to do this motion to get the Lightning Strike. The Lightning Strike is pretty much the Skyward Strike, but instead of it being holy, it's lightning, which paralyzes him enough for an actual whack with the Spiritual Sword. Yes, she said that, but when she says do not bother trying to do the Skyward Strike, you have to bother doing the Skyward Strike in order to actually get the Lightning Strike to kill him. She lies to you. And that is the reason why Fee is the worst Sidekick in the game. And when I saw her in Hyrule Warriors, I was like, okay, Nintendo, what are you doing? Didn't you learn from your past mistakes on, like, okay, we already know that Navi was annoying, but Fee was the worst. And now you're making her a playable character? How's that even going to work if Link is wielding the Master Sword? But then apparently there's a lot more of a time-travelling paradox going thing. It's kind of, Hyrule Warriors is kind of like the Sonic generations of the Zelda series pretty much, which is pretty cool actually. And I still love the game. I can't wait to play the game. It is literally my dream Zelda game. When I first saw it, I thought it was a mix between Kingdom Hearts attacks and Zelda, until I realised that it's a combination of Zelda and Dynasty Warriors. But still, it looked amazing. Link killing that many enemies with one spin attack. I mean, that's what the spin attack was made for, and it delivers. Explosions everywhere. I can't even wait to play as Flaming Darunia with the Megaton Hammer. Boom! It's just going to be amazing. It's like going to be Hammer Time, MC Hammer, with him dancing with his fists like he does in Ocarina of Time with when you play Lost Woods to him. But yeah, but when I saw Fee, when she was announced and they didn't show any of the moves, I was like, what's she going to do? She doesn't even transform into a sword, which she should have done. She was pretty much the polar opposite of Gerahim, which turns into that dark version of the Master Sword, which I'm guessing is like the Demon Sword. Just call it the Demon Sword, I guess. Because he was the Demon Lord, therefore he's the Demon Sword. Then you have the Spirit Sword, and then you have the Spirit Sword Spirit, and then you have the Spirit Sword itself, which is the Goddess Sword, which is the Master Sword, which gets more stronger in order to beat Demise. It's very complicated. But when they started showing her attacks, instead of being another targeting, scanning person, which I thought they were originally going to use her for, I was actually pretty impressed. I'm not going to show the trailer, but she actually transforms into the original Goddess Sword and starts slashing herself around. It actually looks pretty good. maybe this is Fi's redemption. This is Fi's redemption, and if they could just bring back Navi for the targeting for any character, that would be even better. So, Fi absolutely sucks. She is the worst sidekick in Zelda, bar none. Navi, she's annoying, but if she gets in your way, you can mash the button and be out of her text boxes within a second. But with Fi, even if you're mashing the button, it's just going to speed up the text scrolling just a little. You can't skip any of the text boxes, and even so, you gotta. If in very rare circumstances that you can skip her text boxes, she's just gonna go on for another 10 boxes. It's one of the things that stopped me from going back to Skyward Sword, but I will be doing Skyward Sword sometime on my channel. I mean, it was one of my first Let's Plays I was going to do, but Twilight Princess took the cake. So yeah, so time to take off my hat, and I think that's it for this video. So if you do disagree with me, or if you do agree with me, or if you have any discussions you want to put down in the comments, go right ahead. I would like to hear what you have to say. Who is the worst? And, well, yeah, do you agree? Do you agree that Fi is worse than Navi? So, hopefully when you play Ocarina of Time, when Fi gets in your way, when Navi gets in your way, you won't be as annoyed. You would probably actually be feeling pretty lucky, considering that Fi is sleeping in this blade during the game. She's not going to annoy you, she just does decent damage. So, on that note, I will see you guys next time, and for now, if you excuse me, I have got to go and slay some moblins. Bye!
Hello.